welcome to Hot Threads. This is Deanie, and I am making my own homemade washi tape. And I wish I would have showed you how I glue things on, but I got this idea from Cat Hand. So look up Cat Hand, and she's easy to find. She's got a gazillion wonderful videos, and she has a tutorial on this washi tape. But I don't do mine like she does, because I don't believe in replicating the exact same thing. I want to make it my own. So what I did was, and hopefully it'll show through, in the back here you'll see some lines, I hope, and these lines equal the pieces of, I used painter's tape. She used the violet tape, and it's just low tack tape. And I've done this before, and I save no scraps are left behind in my house, okay? No scraps are left behind. So I lay out the tape, the painter's tape in this case, and I lay it out in strips, just like that, and then I layer it. And this particular one has, I goofed up some address labels, so there's some address label stickies on here. I create my own address labels, and there's also some papers, some painty paper labels that I did and I didn't like, so I threw them on there. There's some what do you call that, wrapping paper, and some book pages, you know, just about anything I could find, magazine, anything that was a scrap I threw on here. And I used just plain old glue stick to put it on to begin with. My next step here is what I'm going to show you, and I got these from AliExpress several years ago, and I think they're probably a knockoff because look how tiny they are, but they're perfect for this. And so you don't have to be perfect. I stamp on top of it. It's my next step. So I chose my Alice in Wonderland little stamps, and they don't really stamp the greatest either. And so I just put them on there, and I make sure they're facing this way. And they're not showing up really well. That's just fine, because I'm going to cover them when I'm done with some acrylic paint. I'm going to do some mark making. I don't own an acrylic block, but I've always had good luck using the little sheets here. I'm not like my sister. My sister's makes cards. I'm more mixed media, so things being slapped on kind of willy-nilly for me is fine. Doesn't bother me one bit. And I'm using Memento, and no, Memento is not permanent, but when I'm done with this and put my last layer on, I will be putting on some matte medium, and that seals these in place. And any matte medium, mine was really cheapies, so it works. And I don't expect this to stay on when it goes through the post or through the mail, so I of course glue it down. I fix it with glue when I put it on my envelopes for my pen pals. But I kind of like making my own washi tape. It's fun. And like I said, I just do this over and over again. Sometimes you'll see stuff, sometimes you don't. It gets hidden along the way too. Okay, let's throw some over here. I think that's going to be good for this layer. So that layer is, well, maybe, do I want to go, this doesn't have much on the lower level here, so I'm going to do this. I'm always worried about being in frame, but I seem to stay in frame, and if I'm not, that's the way it goes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've had a really rough week. I'm behind on my iCads, and I'm behind on just about everything. But everybody's doing iCads, and I thought, well, I'll just do something different today besides iCads and kind of give you guys a great idea on how to make your own washi tape and use up your scraps. Like I said, my motto is no scrap left behind. Okay, so when I feel like that's good enough, which I do right now, I will grab a mark maker, and usually it is my bubble wrap. So let me get some bubble wrap here. Oh. I got my bubble wrap, and I bumped you. I apologize. Not going to be a stellar video, is it? But it gives you an idea. Now, I never throw my packaging away. This is wonderful to use, and you know, after a couple times, this does pop and doesn't make good contact anymore. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to do, let's see, I have greens on there. I think I'm going to stick with green. I'm going to stick that on there. Find my handy dandy brayer here. Brayer it on. Okay. Usually I let this dry, but I don't think it matters. It's mixed media, and it's supposed to be fun and interesting. Yeah, I like that. Okay, a couple more places with this. I'm doing the paint a little heavier than I normally do. I don't usually put that paint on quite so heavy, but that's what we have today. Okay, so what I'll do next is let that dry, and I'll be back when that dries. Thank you. Okay, I have put the gel medium on top of the washi tape that I made, and removed the tape. See, that's how I put the tapes on my piece of plastic or whatever. What I used was, you know, whoops, that's not good. A piece of label sheet to put them on. So what I'll do is I'll cut these out individually, and we'll see what my results are. But I just wanted to show you the back of these so you knew how close I spaced them. The closer you space them together, the less you have to trim, and that's the key. Okay, we're done with the washi tape, and I cut it apart. So there's some places where I'll have to do some gluing down just to perk it up, but I'm going to bring it down, the camera down, so you can look at the pieces. So you can see some of the cards. Some of the images showed up in the tape, which I think is cool. And like I said, this is no scrap left behind. This is a bunch of scraps that I had laying around, and I glued onto the top of painter's tape. Cat Hand inspired me. Like I said, please go to her video and see what she does. Mine is nothing like hers, but I used paper, I used book pages, newspaper, wrapping paper, junk mail, you name it. You can use your napkins on it too. your napkin pieces and your leftover tiny scraps of fabric, that will work. So this is what my mixed media, no scrap behind washi tape looks like, inspired by cat hand. I hope you try it, and I assure you, you'll just love how it turns out. I do affix, I mean, it's pretty sticky yet, but I do affix glue to the back of my washi tape. I do on any washi tape, so it sticks on the envelopes, because this goes through the mail. And it's also fun to swap with friends too, if you'd like. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and give me a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe, and give me some comments below on what you think. Again, check out Cat Hand. She's excellent with these washi tape series. Thank you.